Yeah, but yeah, the Modern Warfare story trailer dropped, and what do you think? I mean, I liked it. I thought it looked quite good, actually.
I thought it looked good.
I mean, Price is back.
I kind of, you get the sense, it's one of them though. I kind of get the sense I know the game's going to be good. You know, one of them games you just kind of know. They seem to like be getting their act together now a little bit with this one, anyway, with this iteration. It looks like it's going back to its roots.
Yeah.
Going back to the old style, none of this jetpacking in the air and.
Yeah, that's.
Which one was it? Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, or the jetpack?
However, we did like the story.
I did like the story, but all the messing about, I don't like
online.
All that messing around.
With the jetpacks. Remember that? Me, you, and Ted.
That was intolerable, man.
All I did all game was this.
Oh, it's
and then die. And then I'd respawn. I'd be like, Perks, there's someone here on the wall. And then I'd die.
Well,
terrible.
I mean, I played the 2v2 beta on PS4 and it was great. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was really good, really fun.
Yeah, that's a new
it's completely skill based. No messing around. None of this like you get an advantage. Just whoever's better wins. Simple as that.
Okay, so I won't win many, but
it's definitely a fun mode to try out though. Really good. Really
Do they
good
still
mode.
not have like perks and upgrades as you go along though?
I don't know.
There's no way they're going to ditch that completely.
No, there probably will be in the main
Yeah.
multiplayer. I didn't see it in this 2v2, but there's been another beta. I haven't had a chance to play it. There's been like the open beta for the multiplayer. I haven't played it.
I saw that.
I think there's one on Xbox soon, maybe, or it might have already been. I'm not sure, but yeah, just going back to the trailer though, I thought it looked like what you'd expect from Call of Duty. Really, a lot of set pieces.
Yeah.
But what I liked about it was it looked. And I don't want to say it's a copy, but it looked more like COD 4 again, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like serious,
had that feel.
grounded sort of story.
And they've had complaints about the story, haven't they? Certain moments apparently are a bit too much.
They're too
graphic,
real.
apparently.
Yeah,
They're
according
too
to some
graphic.
journalists.
It could happen in real life, so it needs to be removed from the game.
That makes me want to play it more though.
Yeah, it does. I know that's the
Exactly.
ironic thing about it. It'll make people buy it more.
Yeah, so I want to see it. I want to play it because obviously the biggest one that stands out was the Russian.
No Russian.
No Russian.
Modern Warfare 2.
Was that Modern Warfare 2 when you just gun down, mow down
yeah.
people?
Or not.
But what people,
if you
choose not to.
you could turn it off though.
Yeah, you could.
It was an option at the start of the game, so if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to. So it wasn't forced on anyone. And I do wonder whether they're going to do that again. I wonder if there's going to be a scene in the game where at the start they go, "Oh, you can turn off."
Like graphic moments.
Graphic moments.
Yeah.
But people complained as well with GTA, didn't they, with the torture scene?
Yeah.
When you're Trevor and you get to
You couldn't
select.
skip that.
No, you couldn't.
Well, GTA is a whole different story.
Oh, they don't care. They do. Rockstar don't care.
No.
They don't. They just really. They don't pander to anyone, do they? Rockstar. They just make their game, and if people get offended,
that's it.
So what?
Yeah.
And if anything, it makes them more popular. So it actually works in their favour. So.
COD's just the next in a long line of games now that has drawn a lot of criticism from individuals who've had early access, whether it's through like publications or websites, or whether it's just someone that's been invited in.
Yeah.
A few months back when they did the auditorium full of like press and just basically random people coming, it was unanimous that the game had to change.
Yeah.
Because it was hitting too hard with people, and there was too much danger, and there was too much possible death, and
it's war. It's a game about war.
It's a game about war, and civil war especially this time around. So I feel like we've kind of gone full circle, because back in the day we had publications crying out for reality in games, and we're missing that realism. How far can they push the boundary? Now it's like we've gone past that, and we're at the stage where it's like, no, this is too real now. Tone it down.
Yeah.
Make it less violent. Like make it less drastic for what could happen to the world. People have gone mad. Like,
he's looking straight at you.
Yeah,
people have gone mad.
If you want games to go back 20 years just because it was nicer and because the boundaries weren't pushed as much, that's not how it works.
I think it's more because of the world we live in now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely like people are too sensitive.
Well, yeah, they definitely can be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I just want to make a quick point though, with this story and the violence and people saying tone it down. For me, as long as the violence suits the story and the narrative,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't just come out of nowhere and you're like, wow, that was overly brutal for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I have played games in the past. You probably have as well, certain violent games where you think there's just no need, like the
Yeah,
violence
there's
for
no need
violence
for
sake is like, this is stupid, really.
Yeah, if it's violent to try and invoke a reaction,
I understand
and
it's
sidestepping
Yeah.
what the actual game, that's crap. Like,
For
we
example,
would all say
if
that.
it falls into the story, then
Yeah.
that's great.
I
The
remember
story's about war. Like, come on.
it's not going to be nice.
No.
Yeah, I remember in the past playing maybe certain horror games where it's like there's no need for this. Some of it's needless violence.
Yeah.
But then you get games like, I'm trying to think of a good example, Spec Ops: The Line. The violence in that game is completely justified. And,
Yeah.
well, justified is a stupid word to use.
That's a random example, by the
Yeah.
way.
I know, but it's a good example, I think.
It is.
because
People
that's a
do like that
that-
game a lot, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was story driven, and the violence made sense in that game
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of what was going on with the character. And
He pretty
fantastic
much
game, by
lost
the way. You
his
should
mind.
definitely play it if you get the chance because it's
If you want to go back in time.
a hidden gem. Isn't it?
15 years old or something like
It's
that.
old now, but I think it stands up. I think it's a
It
fantastic game.
was a good game. It maybe still is. I don't know, but it's probably important to say actually, if you haven't seen or heard anything from back with what we were talking about, the scene related to a hostage situation in which there were female characters who were not related to war, so civilians or just people in the area who could have possibly been endangered in the situation that they were put in.
Yeah.
That's war.
That's war. Like the
Yeah.
job is
It's
for
horrible,
people to
but-
protect those people. So
Yeah.
you're not going to go in as a good guy and gun down a good civilian. That's not the story. That's not the point. Your job was to go in and rescue them, and that was the scene. Will they survive or will they not? And if they don't, well, reality, people die in war. Like it's supposed to be dramatic.
It's horrible, but unfortunately, if the game's being realistic with war, that's what happens.
Another thing as well is, at the end of the day, the game's got a rating.
Yeah.
It's an 18 rated game.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
What's
not
the point
like-
having ratings? If you can
Say,
keep
for
complaining?
example, if they'd have said, "Oh, the game's a 12," or a 16, then I would have been like, "Well, you can't. That's wrong. You shouldn't be having these things in it." But the game is an 18 rated, mature. If in America, mature rated game. So, and you say because they're probably worried like, "Oh, kids will play it." So, they will, but that's surely the parents' responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility.
That isn't
then.
new either. Like,
Yeah, that is not
That's-
new.
I was playing 18 games when I was 6.
same.
Like,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is-
we were playing GTA.
all doing
We're probably
that.
not good
Yeah.
examples, but
We're not.
I think we turned out right.
No, but like
Yeah, I'm not
we
gonna
don't go
go
into
down.
the
No,
street
so
and
go
like
on.
No, people
yeah,
don't.
like try and get a 5-star.
Obviously, there is certain
It
people
doesn't
that
happen.
are affected by these things. We know that. Like there is certain people in society that maybe do play this game and
Yeah,
To be honest,
affected,
though,
and maybe it's
to be
not for them,
honest,
but
though,
that's not.
It's not just gaming
It's-
though. If certain people are affected like that, they could literally go on Google and watch
Yeah.
the most horrific
Video.
things imaginable.
That's
So
true.
that
the studies that have
choice.
actually been carried out suggest that gaming
Gaming
has nothing
doesn't.
to
Yeah,
do with.
there's no
that.
correlation.
But we're not even talking about that. We're talking about hurting people's feelings because
Yeah, I
it's
think
a
that's more
sensitive game.
ridiculous.
Like, just don't play it.
Just don't play the game.
If you're that way inclined, don't play the game. It's not for you, and that's
It's,
quite
I will
okay.
say
as
it's
well,
not a hill to die on.
No,
but you know what does annoy me with some of these game reviews as well? The hypocrisy. Just the hypocrisy in general. They'll review games in the past. I bet they've reviewed loads of games in the past. They've been violent for violence sake, and they've not said it in their review.
Yeah.
And now they're probably the same ones saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, can't have
This
this."
needs to be
So it's like
changed.
it feels like they're pandering, doesn't it?
well they
the
are
audience.
because
They're
if
pandering to the audience.
if
It's
they
like,
say what I
doesn't
just
work.
said, they'll get thousands of dislikes. They'll get thousands of complaints because they're not conforming to the norm and what people expect. So people are getting offended about a game that they probably won't even play, complaining about it, and they're not the target audience. Neither are they the players that are going to be there.
This isn't the hill to die on. They should die on the hill of like FIFA and stuff, of letting kids gamble.
Yeah,
That's what they
exactly.
should
Yeah,
be
like,
complaining more
worry
about.
about loot boxes and
And like the NBA latest game.
Yeah,
that's
GTA's
massive
Casino.
scandal. GTA Casino, they're a lot worse.
I'd agree.
in my
they're
opinion.
massively worse. Yeah.
I'd agree.
They're creating addicts.
And another point I was going to make as well is it any surprise that the popularity of these major gaming websites are going down and down and down and down and down? Because they're just, I don't think they're not doing their jobs. They're just trying to pander to a certain audience.
Or they're making clickbait titles.
Clickbait titles,
yeah.
and you see the likes of the main one. I'm not going to name names, but the main ones now they're losing popularity to YouTube. To
But they're
YouTubers and
appeasing the people who are going to come for them, basically, and they're
Yeah.
alienating their
not
good,
gonna
strong
work in long
audiences. They'll see that though. I don't think what we're in now
I'm
is
telling you
something that
now.
will last forever. This is
Yeah.
quite.
Well, these game websites aren't going to last forever the way they're going.
yeah.
No,
They're going to
but
die.
They
They're
don't like.
all going to die. The way
They
they're
don't like
going.
YouTubers either, though.
No,
because
you know why? 'Cause they're taking
their. Yeah,
but
basically.
rightly so, in
Yeah.
my opinion. YouTube, they're doing it better.
There's a lot of YouTubers out there who
Yeah.
are bad at what they do. There's a lot of really
Some
good
really
ones
good
who are
ones.
honest.
Yeah.
The only problem is obviously when sponsorships start getting involved, because then you never really know what their honest opinion is.
Yeah, because they
if you're
get
getting
paid to say a certain thing.
It's kind of hard to turn around and say, yeah, Iron Brew have paid me 250 grand, but it tastes like shit. I mean, it's just not ever going to happen.
Well, I know it's going off topic a little bit, but I just think, look, I don't want to big us up exactly, but shows like this, this is what the future is. This is how people want their game content now.
Yeah, well, they're already doing it. I mean,
look,
even IGN is starting to
wrong,
do. Well, I've been doing stuff like this.
I'm not really talking about us because we're not in the know or anything. We don't know tons about
I know
insider
what you mean,
knowledge, but we're passionate and we have a good knowledge of games. And but a lot of these, they're not. They're just not. They're not doing it the right way, in my opinion.
It's like
they're fighting a losing battle.
I feel like some of them though were passionate, but as they've gone longer in their career, their passion has waned.
Yeah, I agree.
And now they're just hitting out clickbaity titles or doing whatever the editor tells them. Like, we need this, we want this spin on it.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of passionate people who are being forced to guide their passion in a different way to how they actually
If it's
feel.
your job that pays for everything, your editor says no. It takes a lot of character to turn around and say, actually, I want to stay true to what I believe in.
And it's kind of the sheep mentality of like, a few people are doing it and everyone else is going to follow their lead because they don't want to don't want to upset the apple cart. And
it's tough. It's not easy, but we just prefer, obviously, people to give their honest opinion.
And do you know what, though, bringing it back to the original point and the new Call of Duty, I think it's really good that in the main they haven't pandered. They haven't. They haven't backed down. There's a lot of articles out there from the executive producers and the game directors who are involved who have basically said, nah.
No.
We're going to stick through to
good
our
on
vision.
them because it's their vision.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's their game.
Yeah,
it's not these journalists' game. It's their game. These journalists don't want to like it. That's up to them. They're entitled to their opinion. But so are the people making the game. So.
Do you know what though? I think it's really good, and it's a good precedent going forward. I wish a lot more people would do it because it's kind of like if you have a vision that they have, and then it gets changed and altered just because it's the right thing to do. That's not their vision at the end. So you'll play a product and you'll think, no, I didn't really enjoy that. Or even if you did, you're not enjoying what they actually wanted you to see.
Devil's advocate to that though is some games that get released on like Steam. There was that one we talked about last year, the school shooter one.
Oh yeah,
school shooting simulator. There's some that are like,
but that's just an obvious case of that.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But to me, that's not even arguable. That game should be took off the store.
Yeah, it should.
That's not even.
There's been rape games as well and stuff like that. It's like,
I've heard about that.
How is that a thing?
Like Steam's amazing. It's a fantastic platform, but
they let a lot of shit through.
Yeah, and they don't particularly have a strong police into what gets put on.
They did ban
at the first point.
Yeah, they did ban a few games, didn't they? They have banned a few.
Yeah, but sometimes it, like you said, it's the first point they're through, but then it takes people to find them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So like games like that, obviously, get them in the bin. They're not games. Like that's trash. That's not what we're talking about here. But in terms of like a creative vision, in terms of making a story, and it's a Civil War story. It's supposed to be gruesome. It's supposed to be violent. It's supposed to invoke emotion from you as a player. You're not supposed to sit there through the new Modern Warfare game and just sit
and shoot.
Sit and shoot
and don't feel anything.
It doesn't matter.
You want to connect with the characters.
Exactly.
And stuff. Yeah.
So look, I like what they've done just because they're staying true to their beliefs.
And the game looks good.
Game looks great. Like in the first 30 seconds of the trailer, I'm pretty sure a bomb goes off and all the windows crash the street from, and it's like shit's getting real. Like it invokes that emotion straight away, and obviously
takes you back, doesn't it? With Modern Warfare when he dropped the nuke.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it 4?
Yeah. And like we've had characters in COD, like you've played as characters that die in COD games, so like you are dying within those games, so it's not supposed to.
Yeah, it does. Even like no Russian mission.
Exactly. But even like, you know, in the aftermath of that helicopter crash, was that COD 4 as well? Was it so?
Yeah.
And you sort of crawling out, things are burning around. It's supposed to be.
Yeah, that turn was good actually.
Crazy.
I didn't see that coming when I first played it.
So and you've got like you and Ghost being set on fire, and like it's mad, but that's their roots, and like you said before, they're going back to it. It looks hardcore now.
Yeah, the storytelling at the best gone back.
Yeah, and in terms of the actual story, it's probably going to be the best one that we've seen. Not that the recent ones have been bad, but this one should elevate it again to another level, and I'm excited to see what they do with it.